evening, y'all. What's going on? This is me, your boy Larry B, bringing it to you on a beautiful, gorgeous Wednesday evening. I was going to say afternoon. I'm just doing afternoon shows. But I'm here bringing to y'all live, y'all, for our very first episode of the Defining Moment right here. Not only on Spreaker.com, but right here on StreamYard.com. What's going on, y'all? Hopefully everyone out there is doing great. I know I certainly am. I'm enjoying myself, living life, doing what I do. Hopefully every one of y'all are enjoying yourselves as well. This is going to be something different today. I'm so excited, y'all. First ever time here on StreamYard. Looking to have some fun. This is going to be pretty different. So, first and foremost, can we just go ahead and get a hand clap, y'all? We have some awesome things to talk about today. We got Lewis Hamilton wreaking havoc in his homecoming, y'all. Lewis Hamilton, Formula One, 87 career victories. I mean, seriously, can we get a hand clap? Where's my applause button, y'all? This man is about as real as it gets. Yes. Lewis Hamilton getting it done in his homecoming in the British Grand Prix. Also, we're talking some Brad Keselowski. Why 3 is a good number for him this past week. And also, a little bit of NHRA coming your way. Yes, the NHRA this past week had announced that we'll be allowing fans in the stands. But it will be according to CDC rules. We shall see how that goes. Also, we'll be talking some football. Oh boy. Will we get college football this season? They are fighting, and I'm talking about fighting tooth and nail to have it go on, so let's hope it does. One team already called it quits. Kind of bummed out about that. But we'll see if more teams continue to pull out, or if we actually have ourselves a football season this year in college. Also, we will be talking a little bit of something that's bothering me, Notre Dame. We'll get into that in a little bit. Also, some soccer action, y'all. We got Arsenal getting it done in the FA Cup. We have a crazy ending in Serie A in the Italian League. What an ending. And you got to see the margin of all of these teams in the end was incredible. Also, a little bit of MLS going on tonight. We have the Final Four of the MLS coming your way. One tonight in just about a little bit over a half an hour. And, of course, another one tomorrow night. Championship coming down to the wire next Tuesday. Also, we will have ourselves a little talk about the UEFA Champions League coming your way. The round of 16 gets underway this coming Friday and Saturday. Get ready for that. In the MLB, I guess the bubble's working, or if you want to call it that. We got some interesting things going on. The Yankees just blowing teams up, playing really, really well. You want to talk about a team playing well, though. Chicago Sky. Those ladies are getting down in WNBA. Also, Sabrina Ionescu is injured. But I will tell you why. This young lady has an incredibly bright future playing for the New York Liberty or wherever she may go. But I want to see her play for the Liberty, y'all. I think they need it. So we also got that. We'll be talking a little NFL without fans in the stands. We'll get to that. And, of course, the elephant in the room, The Rock. Yes. He just laid the smack down, y'all, because this man and his ex-wife bringing things together to bring the XFL back. Oh, and Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. getting it done, y'all. Oh, we're going to have some fun, y'all. Once again, welcome, y'all, to a very special StreamYard edition of of the Defining Moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. What's going on, y'all? Can y'all show me some love? Can I get some love? Because it's about to go down. We're about to have ourselves some fun tonight and get on into this. We only have, my gosh, what do we got? 39 minutes to get to this entire episode. Because we have coming up right after me, the SoCal, my gosh. As you can see, big intros, y'all. That's what happens. We have coming up in just a little bit, at the top of the hour, the SoCal Supreme Sports Show going down with Mr. Taryn Rodriguez, getting y'all ready for some sports. I don't know if he'll be doing StreamYard or not, but I'm doing some StreamYard today. So I'm doing my best. Let's have some fun, y'all. We got a little bit less than 40 minutes. We have no time to waste. So let's get it, y'all. If you're in the chat room, show me some love. Get them comments in. We can put them on the screen. We're going to have all kinds of fun, y'all. So if you're listening on Spreaker, show me some love. If you're listening on StreamYard, show me some love, which I think you can listen on there. If you're listening on the Facebook accounts, we have it going on the Facebook, the IE Sports Radio Facebook account, and my personal one. Show us some love, y'all. Let us know what y'all think. Let's have some fun for tonight. So first and foremost, let's get it. This is a big one for me, y'all. Lewis Hamilton, this was interesting. First and foremost, y'all, Lewis Hamilton shows exactly why he's about as real as it gets, man. you can't get any crazier than this. Lewis Hamilton does it again. Another victory. 87 victories in the British Grand Prix. And overall, this is about as awesome as it gets because it's home. He did it at his home. Homecoming all day long, y'all. So he will make it happen and get it done in the British Grand Prix. I'll tell you what, as of right now, with as explosive as this Mercedes team is, we already know who's going to win the Constructor Cup this year. We already understand that Ferrari is gonna be falling apart. I mean, seriously, Ferrari right now, I made the comment a couple weeks ago with Daryl Kinsey Jr. on air that Ferrari is basically going to be like Patriots fans right now. I'm just gonna say it. No joke. we can go ahead and chalk that one up. It's gonna be like, man, we were so dominant 10 years ago. I mean, I guess I'm not trying to say Ferrari, is low, but they're definitely not where they should be. So maybe a better luck in Le Mans, but definitely not where they need to be overall with, winning freaking races. So we all get it. Vettel's basically probably on his way out. We understand that Leclerc is definitely the future, but unfortunately, as of right now, it's just not working. we need something to happen, and it's irritating to see Ferrari in this state right now, but it is what it is, and what can we do, So anyway, Ferrari fans, better days are coming. With that said, Lewis Hamilton, though, in that Mercedes and the Silver Arrow does it, man. I mean, seriously, this is going to be awesome. We are really excited, definitely excited for what's to come with Lewis Hamilton. This man has 6 titles, one more to Ty Schumacher, and after that, he will surpass him. This is about as awesome as it gets, and I'm so excited, y'all. So let's go throw a comment on the board real quick, y'all. What's going on, Sarah? Hey, thanks, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for tuning in, my boy, man. Right here, give him a follow if you can. Mr. Taryn Rodriguez, the dude is the real deal, man. He helps hold up IE Sports Radio, so got to show you some love. What's going on, brother? So with that said, let's go ahead and jump on into our next topic. Continuing with some racing, Brad Keselowski. This fool is getting it done, man. He gets it done. He earns his 3rd victory of the season. All right, 3. Remember, I told you 3 was a special number for him this week. Why? Because he wins his 3rd race this season, and what happens? He wins also his 33rd career victory in the Foxwoods Resort Casino 301. Really odd track. As I was listening to the stream of on USRN, go check them out, by the way. Mr. Matthew Owens had referred to referred to the New Hampshire track as a bigger Martinsville. As we know, Martinsville is a gigantic long strip, 2 teeny little turns, and another long strip. So if you just get that and just make it a little bigger, it's still long strips, but small turns. That's basically what New Hampshire is. It's a trip because it even equals 301. There's an extra mile in there. So I don't know the exact case of the track, but the exact measurements of the track mile wise, but it is, or lengthwise, whatever you want to call it. But definitely a big victory there for Brad Keselowski as he does it again. Awesome job for him there. So let's move it on now to the NHRA, because this is interesting. As we know, Team Force, which is devastating. It was scary to think that John Force might be calling it a career. That scared the hell out of me, because I just had that man on this show earlier this year for our 6th-year anniversary show, which was a dream come true. Awesome talking to him, and probably one of the most favorite moments that I will ever have on air. But I think he'll be back. I think he says we'll be good to go coming up this year. But to think, this event is the 3rd of the season that'll be in Indianapolis at the Lucas Oil Raceway, which is right down the street, I think, west of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is cool because I like the fact that we can have racing right now. I mean, at least it's not like physical contact. I mean, they're in cars, everybody's pretty safe in the garages and everything. But fans is the big one for this one. Why? Why, Larry? Why are fans the big interest in this one? Because they're actually going to allow the fans, which is pretty crazy. We're going to have fans in the stands. I think we had them before in the NHRA this last week, or last couple of races, but third in a row. Okay, we had the first in Indy, then we had Indy for the second one a couple weeks ago, and here we go again, third time in Indy. We're just running them all in Indianapolis, y'all, at the Lucas Oil Speedway, and they're gonna have fans in the stands up to, I think, 30% capacity. So we're not too sure. We have no idea what's going down with the. I don't know. We don't really have an idea how this is going to really work. At least, I mean, like, I don't. But I know some fans are critical on the NHR right now. I'm not too sure why they're so critical, but I do feel that this is going to be a very good thing. Why not, y'all? Gosh dang it. This virus has taken so much from us. At the same exact time, I mean, I would say there's some positives to come out of this thing, personally in my life, as well as in some others. But unfortunately, and not in like glad everybody got sick. No, I'm just saying, like, the station's overgrown. We've gotten some awesome guests. I mean, a lot of awesome things have happened, unfortunately, in this terrible time. But I just feel like, okay, let's keep things going. Let's move it on. Let's see if we can get some at least some social distancing going on in the stands. So, speaking of no social distancing or social distancing, this is kind of messed up. This is very irritating. Okay. But it's something that is a topic that I cannot wait to get into. I'm going to try to not go too long, I promise. But this is just really frustrating. Like, seriously, this is freaking frustrating. Will we get college football this season? Okay, I have seen a couple of streams. I've seen Feinbaum talk about it a little bit about a month ago. Okay, we still don't know what's going to happen with the NCAA this year. This is kind of annoying. Why? Because I love football. More than anything, I love college football. I love the NFL, but to anybody who really knows me, I love college football more than I will ever love the NFL. It's just because college football is where the heart is. And if you want to test me, bring it. I'm just saying, y'all, I played in the NCAA myself. I know it was Division III, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Could have played Division II myself. I'm just saying. At the end of the day, y'all, this is the big thing. College football is a moneymaker. Okay. It's the biggest revenue driven sport in college, in all of the NCAA. And for there not to be any college football would really suck, because of course we're losing college football itself, but we have no idea how it's going to work. If we do happen to lose college football, okay, at least in the fall, they're trying to talk about maybe putting it in January, which is where we've seen a lot of high schools go. If this happens, okay, if we get college football in the spring, understand that the NFL is not going to cease anything they're doing. Do you seriously think the NFL is going to say, "Oh, we can just push the draft back and the combine back"? No, the NFL is a business. Okay, we'll get into the NFL in a little bit, but they're not going to wait. So what about all these seniors and juniors that are going to be coming out early? They're just going to lose the season. That sucks. I mean, granted, some of them may need it, some of them may not. But I'm just saying, this is a big thing to me. I honestly, truly feel that if they do the season in the spring, we're going to lose a lot of quality in the sport. Is it still college football? Yes. But are we going to see those stars who are probably up and coming? No. It's kind of like when seniors opt out of playing the bowl games that don't really matter. The Chick-fil-A Bowl. No, I'm sorry. No. Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. That's a big one. Sorry, it's a New Year's Six. Shame on me. But like, the GoDaddy Bowl or whatever we have, the Gasparilla Bowl, not saying that they're bad games. They get bad games. I love all bowl games in bowl season. But I'm just saying, it's kind of frustrating to know that we may not see some of those guys out there when they truly belong out there on that field. So there has been no decision made yet. We have no idea what's happening. But if, and for any reason, if we don't get college football this season, I can say let it go. Because if we get college football in January, we're seriously just kind of looking at a product that's kind of half there. So that's just my personal thoughts. If we get it, I'll still be happy. But I just kind of feel like it's going to suck for the high school kids, for sure, for the high school athletes. Sorry. But because, for the dual and triathletes. But at the end of the day, I guess you just have to pick whatever you want, you think you can perform best at, when it comes to that. So, to move on to college, that is the next level that you want to play at the next level. But that's a whole nother can of worms. So we already lost the team. Okay, UConn earlier today called it quits. They literally just knocked themselves out. They pulled themselves right out and said, "We're not playing." This sucks because, I get it, UConn, haha, like earlier, Marcus Lowe's great, man. Got a big shout out to Marcus when I put it up on the IE Sports Radio feed on Twitter. He just like UConn's got a football team, and I know, okay, it was a gif he put up. It was Barack Obama, like, I get it, okay, I understand, but here's the deal: if we start pulling these teams, I mean, I don't see any positives in this at all. If we're gonna have a season, let's ride with it. But if you're gonna pull yourself, that's kind of annoying. Like, oh well, we're just doing it for the safety of no, 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 no. The NCAA is trying really hard to make this safe and to make things work. So I don't think. I mean, I get it. The university can do what they want to do, but this is just really frustrating to know that they're pulling teams or teams are pulling themselves. Now, is that the same as that thing as athletes pulling themselves? Yes, and I understand they do it for the safety of their athletes. Professional athletes are pulling out left and right. I understand that, opting out as we call it, but I don't know. I feel like just see. Can we just see what the NCAA has? It's like the NHRA. Can we just see? They're following the CDC guidelines. Can we just see what they do? Can we see it? Like, so I get it. Some people are just gonna jump out of it, and that's their opinion. That's fine. That's how they do things. That's cool. But I just personally feel like, well, at least try it. I mean, I don't think the NCAA would get mad if it's like, hey, dude, we tried 2 games and this is not working. And I know, okay, and I get it. Some of you are probably going, oh, to the price of what people are getting sick. No, it's just like, can we at least see it? Like, like, can we get a game like where we don't play? Like, can we get a week 0 games, or can we get the teams who do want to play? Like, can we see some statistics, or I don't know. I just felt like it can be either or. I don't know. But what's going on, Davidson? What's going on, brother? He's in the speaker chat room. So what's going on, man? Glad to have you here. And by the way, thank you. Thank you to everybody tuning in so far, y'all. We get a good outcome today here on StreamYard. We get a good outcome here on Spreaker, as always. Also, just want to thank y'all so much. We got about 30 minutes left here in the program, so let's move things on to Notre Dame because they're really irritating me right now. This is something that I first heard a couple days ago on the Sports Brunch with Mr. Matthew Owens and Mr. Seth Eves. Great show on USRN and on IE Sports Radio. They just started to be featured on our network last week. And this is really frustrating to me because Notre Dame. Okay, I'm an SC fan all day, y'all. Fight on USC. Okay, this is nothing as in like I can't stand you, and this is like like I don't like you. But it's really irritating to know that yes, like what Matt was saying the other day on there. Really, when it's convenient for you, Notre Dame has. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Notre Dame prides themselves on being an independent school. Independent crap is annoying. Okay, I get it. Okay, well, in life, I guess we can be independent, whatever, which is fine. But I'm just saying, of course, that's what we all want. But when it comes to like sports teams in conferences and colleges, that's a completely different kind of independent. An independent school is very simple. What do they want? They want to be in a conference. Well, they don't want to be in a conference. They're going to play who they want to play. And Notre Dame usually falls back on tradition. They want to be able to play USC. They want to be able to play. They want to be able to play USC. They want to be able to play. What do you call it? Navy, Army, Penn. Oh, not Penn State. Sorry, Pittsburgh. The Panthers, Pitt. So if they don't, if they get in a conference, like in my opinion, personally, the ACC is kind of like I'm a geographic kind of guy. I don't care for. I just that's just me. I am irritated at the fact that the Pac-12, Pac Pacific, as in Pacific states, have Colorado and Utah. Like, oh that's Pacific. Okay. I'm just saying, I'm a geographic kind of guy. So when I see Notre Dame way over here in South Bend, and then they want to join the ACC way over here off the grid, well, not off the grid, but on the East Coast, it's kind of annoying. I really think Notre Dame has always belonged in the Big Ten. They're right there in Big Ten country. Like, why not? But regardless, it's a conference. Notre Dame wonders why they don't get in, why they don't do this, why they can't do that, why we get surpassed, we get to the top 6, and when it comes time for the college football preview show, when it comes time to the playoff, why we don't get in. Oh no, boo-hoo, why do we not get in? Because you're not in a freaking conference, y'all. Like, can we just put it like that? When you have Alabama in the SEC and you have Clemson in the ACC, and these teams are bullying each other and having to get through some pretty good teams, or at least playing a top team, at least 1 or 2 a season, that's pretty big. Notre Dame, USC is hit or miss, and okay, yeah, Navy and Army and Pitt, yeah, they're ranked every year. I'm just saying, y'all. So overall, that's just my frustration there. But regardless, Notre Dame will be playing in the ACC this year. Is it a frustration? Yes. Is it kind of stupid? Yes. But whatever, let them do what they want to do. But overall, just my personal opinion, that is really dumb. If you're gonna be an independent, then be an independent. And please stay out of conferences, at least your football team, because if you guys are too good to play anybody else, then stay out. I mean, it is what it is, y'all. But personally, I want to see them play somewhere else. I want to see them in the Big Ten. If they join the ACC one day, cool. But I want to see them in the Big Ten personally. I think they fit in, geographically. So anyway, that's a little bit of my rant. My apologies. And if you're a Notre Dame fan or student or player, my apologies. I'm just saying it's really annoying because that tradition crap is getting old. Can we just get some freaking players? I mean, can we just get you guys in a conference that makes sense? Okay, or in a conference at all? Okay, and I have one that makes sense. Okay, so anyway, with that said, we're going to stay on football, but a different kind of football. Okay, we're going on overseas to the English Premier League. Well, actually not the English Premier League, but over to England, jolly old England, as Arsenal gets this thing done this last week, y'all. Arsenal defeats Chelsea 2-1. How you like this? They earned their 14th FA Cup in franchise history. It's their first since 2017. They have been balling, y'all. They have been balling. I mean, well, maybe not. From what I heard the other day, also Sports Brunch. Like, you gotta listen to those guys. They're awesome. But yeah, Arsenal didn't have the best year. Regardless, Arsenal is a team who has been kind of absent from being pretty good for quite some time. They've been hit or miss here and there. But regardless, they get it done again. They are the team with the most, by the way. Yes, they have the most FA Cup wins ever with 14. So congratulations to those guys, y'all. Can we get the applause button? I'm guessing. Can we show them a little love? Yes, good stuff there. I personally think that is a great job for them this year, and yeah, hats off. Wonderful job by Arsenal. Moving on in, keeping it interesting, y'all, with some soccer news. This was a pretty cool ending to the Serie A season. Let's just be real. Juventus, it's like you knew they were going to win regardless because the points were just so thin. But take a look at these standings, okay? So first things first, we have AS Roma will just knock off Juventus. Okay, 3-1. That's a hell of a win, okay, in soccer. 3-1. Then Inter Milan, my team, all right, they will defeat Atalanta, which also is in the top 5 of Serie A, 2-0. Damn it. I'm sorry, but it was so close. And there are the final standings. I put those in there right there. Juventus with 83 points will win yet another. They go back to back. They do it again. I mean, gosh damn it. I was just back to back to 3 in a row. I don't know, but they get a nice victory in even a loss. Okay, they got a loss, but they won it all in Serie A. So there you go. Inter Milan with 82 points. Atalanta with 78, which says a lot about Inter Milan to knock off 2-0. Okay, in the final game of the year. Atalanta, which is a pretty dang good team. Okay, the number 3. Lazio with 78. They're right there. I mean, I guess you can call it tied or whatever, but that's 3 and 4 and how that worked. But and then AS Roma, even there you go. So you can say that Juventus didn't get beat by no slack team. They actually got beat by a top 5 team. I know the margin was a little bit with the points, as Roma had 70, but still big victory there for Roma to go into next year. And wouldn't you know it, Juventus does it again. But hey, my team, my boys, the blue and black stripes, yeah, Inter Milan. Forza Inter. We're going, y'all. I'm excited. Hopefully next year we can get things going. So, with that said, let's keep it going on here. Some soccer, some MLS action tonight, y'all. In just 20 minutes, we are getting ready. We have Philadelphia Union taking on Portland Timbers. This is going to be a good little fight, y'all. We have down to the Final Four. Portland, Philadelphia, Orlando, Minnesota. Orlando won quite the victory in penalties over LAFC a couple days ago. And this was just a big victory for them. These 4 teams have fought tooth and nail in an incredibly tough tournament. This has been a really fun tournament. And you know what? I'm glad that the MLS got something going. So I know some teams weren't there. I get it. The whole bit with the virus, I understand that. FC Dallas didn't play this year. But regardless, this is super cool to see this tournament and to see these players show up and ball out. So good stuff there. And then, of course, we have the championship coming up next Tuesday. So be ready. Tonight we'll have Philadelphia taking on Portland, and then we'll have Orlando taking on Minnesota coming up tomorrow. And then Tuesday, championship. So, by the way, we already had a championship this year in soccer, and I know that Defining Moment has been a little bit of a hiatus, so my bad. But how about this, y'all? Can we get show some love to the Houston Dash? First time ever. That's right. Those ladies got down, y'all. Houston Dash in the NWSL Challenge Cup will knock off Chicago Red Stars. It was like 2-1, but they'll win their first ever title. And you know what? If it came this way, it came this way. It doesn't matter if those ladies balled and they deserve it. So awesome job to them. So let's go ahead and move it on now over into a little more soccer, y'all, because we got some UEFA champions. It's the summer, y'all. As Pierre Moss once deemed it here on IE Sports Radio, the summer of soccer. So UEFA Champions League round of 16 is getting ready and set to roll on Friday and continue on Saturday. So let's go ahead and get to those, shall we? So first up on Friday, this is going to be really cool. Okay, both these are second legs. Well, all these are second legs. We already had one game. So here we go. So the aggregate in this is 2-1 Manchester City. And they'll be taking on, of course, for the second time, Lyon. And I'm sorry, Real Madrid. Sorry. And Madrid, of course, winning the La Liga this year, of course, and pretty good job there, winning Spanish Primera División, or as we like to call it, La Liga. They will win it all, and Manchester City will come second place in the English Premier League. Pretty good little battle we should have here, right? 2-1 already for Manchester United. I'm gonna get ripped from the boys in red. My apologies. Well, actually, from both teams. I'm sorry. But should be a good battle here between these two, Manchester City and Real Madrid. Then we will have here Lyon, which was seventh place this past year in Liga. And yes, I know this is from last year's. I know, and we just had a season finish this year. This is delayed. Usually the Champions League is in May when it ends. I get it. Regardless, I'm just going off of what they just did, like in present tense. So we have here Lyon finishing seventh in Liga. And we have Juventus, as we just saw, winning by one freaking point over my Inter Milan, whatever. But they won it all in Serie A, and they currently lead. Lyon leads 1-0 in this aggregate. So next up here on Saturday, we have Chelsea, fourth place Chelsea in the English Premier League, taking on Bayern Munich, which, surprise, won the Bundesliga again. Yeah, like that was much of a surprise. But anyway, and then we have Napoli, who just finished seventh in Serie A, taking on Barcelona, who just finished second in La Liga. And if you know anything about La Liga, you know that it's either going to be Real Madrid or Barcelona every year winning, and they're going to be first or second. It's just how it is, whatever. But regardless, there we have it. So we're going to jump on into a little bit of baseball. We've got 15 minutes left here in the show, so we're going to jump on into a little bit of baseball. And just going to go really quick over this. In the AL right now, in the East, man, the freaking Yankees are getting it done, man. I forgot what it was, but they had some freaking record. Like, they literally just had one of their best starts they ever had. 8-1 so far on the season. They just manhandled Boston, man. Swept those Cats. And on Sunday, guess when we thought Boston might pull out a victory? No. They didn't. All right, it was very simple. The Yankees pulled one out, got a big victory there, and now they're sitting at 8-1. They're currently right now, I think they just finished up with the Phillies, and they're in game number 2. I got to get to that in a little bit here, but good stuff there. And coming up here in the Central, I mean, just saying, y'all, this overall has been something. And I'm sorry, I don't know why I didn't put the records here, but I'm sorry, the teams, but the teams, but not the records. I'm sorry, I put the records, but not the teams. In the Central, you got to talk about Minnesota, man. This team has been on one, 9-2. And in the West, surprise, surprise, it's not the Astros. It's the Athletics. The A's are getting up there. The Athletics, I think, the Astros are 6-4, so right there. But regardless, good stuff. Next up in the NL, we have in the East. This is pretty legit because the Braves have a pretty decent squad at 8-4. It's not the best division in baseball, but certainly a competitive one and pretty good start for them. In the Central, how about them Cubs, y'all? 9-2 start from a pretty strong Cubs team. And Colorado, I had to put both the teams in here because Colorado, man, 8-2 start. Granted, the Dogs have played 2 more games, but this is going to be pretty legit. I mean, from Kershaw getting hurt the very first day and pulling an injury, and I think it's okay now. Never heard anything from there since. But, of course, it's been hard for me to keep up with stuff, doing my senior stuff. Doing my school stuff for my master's in my final semester. I have 3 more weeks on to graduate, thank God. But we have here Dodgers just 2 games shy because of their loss column. Regardless, though, that NL West is going to be fun. The Padres, I love watching that team play, especially live. If you have never been to Petco, go. It is awesome. Like, seriously, my boy Alex and I went. Alexander Gaines. Big shout out to Alex, man, for watching. Good stuff, man. I am certainly excited to go back to Petco one day and watch a good game there. But anyway, got some Diamondback action going on there. And, of course, You gotta love those Giants, who gave the Dodgers a little bit of issue in the beginning. But regardless, I still believe it's going to be the Dodgers division. Let's just be real. But overall, this is a really cool start, and it's nice to see Colorado up there. It was like last year or 2 years ago when it was first and second Colorado and Arizona. We're like, oh, this is refreshing. This is interesting. Usually it's the Giants and Dodgers, but anyway, it ended. I think Dodgers and Giants at the top of that year. But regardless, it's refreshing to see somebody else up there that's not the Dodgers or the Giants. Just saying. Of course, I'm an Angels fan. Yeah, I don't care for the Dodgers too much. Regardless, I give respect where respect is due and props are due. So, all right. Speaking of teams on the roll, the Chicago Sky, y'all. If any of you don't know who they are, I suggest you start getting a little bit into some WNBA because this is pretty sweet. This is really exciting to see this team play really well. Chicago Sky, I think they were in the playoffs last year or a couple years back, or 2 years ago, around there. But regardless, good basketball team. These ladies can ball. They have had a great start this season. And I think they only lost one game. I know they've only had a couple of games. It's a 20-day season. But regardless, this is going to be, I believe, a good season for Chicago. And I want to see them be able to at least get to the semis. This is really cool. Big uplifting here for Chicago. And this will be their first ever they win a title. The first time they ever won one. So it'll be awesome. And moving on in here, keeping it in some WNBA news. Sabrina Ionescu. This sucks. Because I want to keep this as positive as I can get. If you have not seen this girl play, this woman, she is amazing. She's crossing cats out there, y'all. She's a freaking 3-point line, layups, whatever you want. It's like she gets it done, y'all. Like, she is amazing, an incredible athlete, and I love watching her play. It bums me out because I think Oregon had a real chance to win March Madness this year. Regardless, didn't happen. Sucks. Why? Because it would have been nice to see her end off on a big victory because she deserves it. She's such a good, talented player. Unfortunately, didn't happen. I believe she did hurt her ankle. I think it was an ankle, but regardless, it's a grade 3, y'all. When it's grade 3, it's gonna maybe require surgery. It's pretty bad. Grade 2 is pretty nasty, but grade 3 is bad. So she unfortunately will miss the remainder of the season. It's only a 20-game season, y'all. Shortened up because of COVID, but I'll tell you right now, I think this young woman's future is incredibly bright. Seeing her play basketball is awesome. I mean, I'm not going to give her a Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird type of compliment yet. But I'll tell you right now, if she keeps balling the way she does, and she keeps consistent, and she keeps playing really good basketball, we can see her name next to those names one day when it comes to the WNBA. So I'm really excited for that, y'all. So let's keep it going on with some basketball. We have 2 teams here. One of them happens to be mine, who are leading their respective conferences by 6 games. Pretty sweet, y'all. I know it fluctuates all the time, and this will probably change by tomorrow, of course. But Lakers getting it done, y'all. Can we show some love to the Lake Show? I mean, saying, this flag over here over my shoulder, that's my Lake Show right there. But yeah, definitely excited for them this year. Not the best gameplay this week. The Rockets are definitely going to be a thorn in our side because they knocked us off last weekend. But overall, a good, solid, hungry team. Really excited. Really excited to see the Lakers, push forward in this season for the remainder of the season. Then you have the Bucks. The Bucks actually had a very good game this past weekend with the Rockets, and they led up a lot, and the Rockets gained all of it and literally overtook. It was a hell of a game this past week. It was like 120 to 116 or something like that. But regardless, the Rockets rallied. The Bucks had the Rockets beat on Saturday by like 10, like 11, I think like 10 points early. And they continued to lead, kind of fluctuated a little bit. I didn't get to see it. But I'll tell you right now, that was a good basketball game. And overall, the Rockets, man, they knocked off the Lakers and the Milwaukee Bucks. So we're not going to forget about the Rockets, all right? And Corey Walker, if you're watching, man, he is the host of Down in H-Town here on IE Sports Radio. He's pretty proud of his Houston teams right now. The Dash doing their thing. The Astros looking good. Got the Rockets wreaking havoc. Let's see what the Houston Texans do this year. So let's see. With that said, y'all, so we're going to continue things on. Whoop, I'm going ahead. That was the big one next, but we're going to get to this one right here. We're going to get to football. You already saw a little sneak preview there. I'm going to be talking about the XFL soon. But, gosh dang it, man. The NFL with no fans in the seats. This sucks, all right? Because overall, I don't get it. My biggest concern for this is the fact that it's not revenue driven. in my opinion, the NFL just makes tons of money on TV anyway and everything else. I'm not trying to say that it is, bigger and badder than any sport out there when it comes to making money. Of course, baseball is paid way more and soccer paid even way more than that around the world. Regardless, though, I got to tell you, the NFL, I just feel like the NFL has to be there. It's a big money maker. The NFL will, I do not think that season will be canceled. I think we will have football. Regardless, it's a smart move to not have them have fans. And I understand that, okay? It's a big thing. And overall, y'all, if we have fans in the seats, then there's a big possibility that, they're going to get a lot of backlash. And the NFL already had lots of backlash in the last couple of years. Right now, and I'm not going to sit here and give you a political speech on whatever, but I'll tell you right now, the big thing here is just the fact that football needs to be played. Like I said, it's a revenue maker. I think it needs to be done, and we do need to see some football happening. College is probably not going to happen. May or may not. We may get January. I don't know. But as of right now, the NFL seems like it just might. I mean, we may have a really good season just without no fans. So we'll see how that goes. Regardless, to see stadiums with no fans, it wouldn't really bother me any because I'm so stuck on the game itself anyway. I got my Sunday ticket over here. Like literally, y'all, there are 256 games a season. I watch at least 250. Okay, I mean, yeah, that's all there is to it. I'm in it. So regardless, I'm watching football, and I'm getting excited, and I'm gonna get ready for some good football. But if we don't get football, if we don't have fans in the seats, yeah, it's a hit to the teams and everything. Teams that just build new stadiums like SoFi and Allegiant. But regardless, I think they're gonna make it back anyway. But let's get through COVID first. Let's get through all this nonsense first. Regardless, my personal thoughts are: if we have to have no fans, we have to have no fans. As long as we get football, and that is all that matters. Personally, that is literally all that matters. So we have a little comment here from Mr. Taryn Rodriguez. He says all the NFL teams will have to go through with the charge. You said it, not me. You said it. All right, y'all. Read this. This is hilarious. Sarah says the Los Angeles Chargers social distancing. Social. Can we get the laugh button real quick? The Los Angeles Chargers social distancing themselves from fans since 1960. I'm sorry, Darren. I wasn't gonna say that. I wasn't. I really wasn't. I'm sorry, but I'll tell you right now, the Chargers. Yeah, when you have more fans from other teams in your stadium, going back to Jack Murphy or Qualcomm, to even now, Raider games is pretty typical because a lot of Raider fans. But regardless, that's pretty funny comment. So good stuff there, Taryn. Hey, he's having a sense of humor about his team, and that's okay. So yeah, he says here, I'm just spreading the truth. I get you, Taryn. I understand you, brother. So, but hey, best luck to your team, man. Let's see what Justin Herbert can do for you guys. So, all right. So next up, the big news of the day. Can we blow the whistle, sound the alarm, and get some thunder going? Because this is the big one, y'all. This is going to be some fun. The Rock and his ex-wife, Danny Garcia. How's that, huh? They will team up with Jerry Cardinal, hopefully not butchering his name, and Redbird Entertainment, and they are buying the XFL for $15 million. Yes! Can we get the applause button? Yes! Thank you, God! Yes! Why is this so awesome? Because the XFL needs to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't understand, okay? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. When you are a player, the biggest thing for you is let's play football. I myself, junior college, Division III, now I'm playing semi-pro. I'm still working my rear end off, okay? Film. Can I get there? 31, y'all. Window's getting real small. But what I'm saying is I'm going to play as long as I can, and that's it. But that's my personal opinion, my personal thoughts on me for my personal life. You will hear that from a lot of guys. All you want is your chance. Unfortunately, I have a lot of measurables. I got everything that's great, but unfortunately, I'm 5'9", and coaches sometimes can only see that. I get it, and it happens, whatever. But you understand that there are great players out there. The XFL were significantly smaller. Okay, those players were like I'm not going to call them reject players, but they were players who just weren't apparently up to par. Okay, but you know something? I'm so excited. So excited. Look at PJ Walker. Okay, now he's with his old coach Rule over at Carolina. Okay, that's freaking awesome. All it took was a great season for him. 5 games? They were 5-0 for the Houston Roughnecks. What I'm saying is sometimes you just need a second chance. and sometimes you'll slip through the cracks. We don't have a feeder system. We don't have a farm system. Okay, we don't in the NFL. This is amazing. I love the XFL. I'm trying to plan it myself, y'all. And trust me, believe me when I say that. I'm so excited that when the XFL came back after 19 years, or what is it, 18 years or whatever it was. Yeah, 18 years, 2001 to 2019. Yeah, not very good at math, but as you can see. But look, they came back and got it done, and this is amazing. So big ups to Vince McMahon for bringing it along and bringing it back. The AAF was super cool. Unfortunately, that fell through. We've had a lot of different football fall in. Okay, spring leagues fall out of place, and I think a couple fall in the past too, in the fall. But regardless, this is huge. Players like myself, players that are younger, players that are still trying to make the dream happen, get that chance, and to me, this is beautiful. So I'm so excited, man. One more time, y'all. The Rock, yes. Let's hear it, y'all. The Rock, Danny Garcia, Jerry Cardinal, and Redbird Entertainment. Y'all awesome. Y'all awesome. So what's going on, Pierre? The chat room. He said, let's get it. Well, here for the last 3 minutes, y'all, because we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about this fight going on here. Last thing here on the docket tonight, Mike Tyson taking on Roy Jones Jr. Mike Tyson is 54. Roy Jones Jr. is 51. These guys are old, okay? Regardless, they are in great shape. They're tough. They're strong. They're going to have an 8-round exhibition match going on in a couple of weeks. I'm all for it. Or thinking September, is it? Somewhere around there. Regardless, it's going to be fun. I'll tell you right now, the last time I saw somebody over the age of 50 in the ring, it wasn't too pretty. That was when B-Hop, of course, Bernard Hopkins got in the ring to fight Joe Smith. And Bernard Hopkins found himself outside the ring on his back. That is no disrespect to the legend who is Bernard Hopkins, or to Bernard Hopkins, who is a complete legend in boxing. But unfortunately, you just kind of got to know sometimes when it's, when to call it quits. He is the alien. He is a fighter who has done so much in his entire boxing life. Regardless, it just sucks to see when fighters, or anybody just stay in there a little too long and the game takes them out. So hopefully it doesn't happen with I'm sorry, I don't think it's gonna, it's just an exhibition, but I'm just saying hopefully nobody else sparks it. Like, I can still get in there and do it too. No. Let's just, who knows? Maybe they can. I'm not trying to doubt anybody. I'm trying to limit anybody. But I'm just saying youth versus, legend but retired. I'm just saying maybe those retired fighters should stay there. But regardless, this is going to be fun. I'm so excited to see this fight. And hey, why not, man? Two of the baddest men to ever walk the planet. Let's see. So with that said, y'all, that is going to do it for today's show. And you already know what time it is, y'all. It's time to bring it home. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. It's been fun. It has been so much fun. I want y'all to stay tuned, though, because coming up in about a minute's time, we got Mr. Taron Rodriguez. Mr. Taron Rodriguez with the SoCal Supreme Sports Show. It's going to be a good one, y'all. Hopefully we enjoyed our time here today. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Check us out on iSportsRadio.com. Check us out here on Spreaker.com. Check us out now on StreamYard. Oh, yeah, coming at y'all. What's up? Yeah, we got that going on. We are here. Check us out a shirt. Show us some love, y'all. Check us out. We got some hats now. I should have brought a hat over here, but we got that going on. Hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeves. We can really have anything made. Big ups to Coast to Coast Embroidery, by the way, who makes our shirts and all of our stuff. So gotta show them some love. And of course, you can follow me, your boy Larry B at VCHEE_LB53 on Twitter. Show us some love, all as a whole at IE Sports Radio on Twitter. Show us some love, y'all. That will do it for me. That'll do it for today's show. I will see y'all next week. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.